Hello, hi, my name is Audrey Marie and welcome to today's video. Thank you for clicking on. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be starting Wild Side by Elsie Silver. I have read the entirety of the Chestnut Spring series and the first two books of the Rose Hill series, and I thoroughly enjoyed every single one of them, so I'm excited to get into this. I am not in my normal town. I'm not up at college at the moment. I kind of have a week off. So I have a week to be in my hometown for an assignment, so my vlog will be in a little different of a room, if you can tell, but I'm excited to get into this. The last book I read put me in a little bit of a slump, so I'm hoping the little change off my spooky TBR is gonna help me get out of that slump and get me into reading a bit more and get me out of my state at the moment. I know the type of books Elsie Silver writes, so I'm hoping this will get me back in the groove. So this is what I'll be reading. I'll pop in whenever I have thoughts or catch you up with what I'm doing around town. So I have made a bit of a dent in this book. I'm at page 108. I'm neutral with this book so far. I'm still coming off from Pet Sematary, and that had me reeling at the end, so I'm hoping this one will get me out of the depths of where I've been at. I'm currently in the middle of a chapter, and it's when her and Reese are dealing with one another in her house, and he comes to surprise her, and I guess she spills scalding hot coffee on her hand, so I'm literally in the middle of that scene. And what caused me to be in the middle of the scene, I didn't want to end it. I got talking, and so I had to stop reading, but getting in this book was kind of slow. Based on the previous book, we knew going in that Tabitha's sister Erica passes away. We didn't know too much about their situation because in the Wild Eyes, they kept it secret, and you just find out that she passed away, and it was a month prior to it getting revealed in the second book. So we're getting the entirety of Reese coming into Tabitha's life after Erica passes away, and the guardianship of Milo between the two of them being strained because Erica legally allowed Reese to take the guardianship of Milo, but Tabitha is Milo's aunt, and she wants to keep him around her and her parents. And Reese is dealing with the actions of Erica badmouthing Tabitha and her parents, so Reese doesn't actually know what the true colors of Tabitha and her parents, so going into the situation he's very guarded and thinking the worst of Tabitha and her parents. Well, in actuality, they absolutely love Milo. The entire picture Erica gave was completely wrong so far, and he's coming to terms that she might have played. He's starting to question everything Erica told him, even though he saw Erica as a sister. So Reese loves Milo, and you can see it through all his actions, and Milo loving Reese. So I'm intrigued in this book. I'm excited to continue. I want the story to pick up. Not a whole lot's happened. Even between the characters, not a whole lot's happened. Also, I'm just 100 pages in. I'm neutral about this book so far. I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it. It's there. It's just there. So I'm excited to continue to see what's going on between these characters and how they deal with the guardianship for Milo. So I'm excited. Elsie Silver always hits it out of the park. This one's just being a little slow to deal with, but it also could be the effects and feelings of the previous book coming to haunt me that I read. But I'm gonna keep reading this. I'll pop in later whenever I have thoughts, but I'm back home in my hometown for a week, so I'm keeping myself busy and still doing schoolwork, but I'm enjoying it. Not a whole lot's going on. It's okay so far. I did go on a shopping spree today. Unfortunately, I did not film any of my shopping spree, but I did get some dresses for upcoming weddings that I got, so I have options for those, and I even went to Victoria's Secret. So I spent money today, but it was on some necessities and I needed more options for dresses for upcoming weddings, because I cannot wear the same red dress to every single wedding I'm going to. But I'll pop in whenever I have anything else to say on Wild Side. So it's the next day, and I've read off and on throughout the entire day. I had some school assignments to do. I had to go help my boyfriend with his car, so I've been in and out. I've been reading this off and on, and I would say I'm enjoying it. It's just, I'm not itching to pick it up. I'm at 196, chapter 23, and Tabitha and Reese got married already, and she just found out Reese's job, so that's an interesting turn of events already, because it was the same day they got married. Their relationship is the good of Milo. Everything is decided on just being there for Milo. It's centered around this kid, and the attraction between the two of them is, it feels solely physical at the moment. And I know that's a common thing that's said about this book, but now that I've read almost half of this book, I can see where that's coming from. It's just a lot of physical attraction. They haven't got into each other's backstory or their depths, just know why they like one another. So I'm gonna continue reading it because it's an Elsie Silver book. Because so far it's not grabbing me like a normal Elsie Silver book grabs me. There's little things where I think, oh, that's kind of funny, but then I'm just like, not as funny as their other books, or could be better. I don't know. I wish it was hitting a little bit better than what it currently is. And I feel bad for saying that, but not every book an author is going to release is a masterpiece, and it's not going to hit everybody the same way. So someone might love this book and someone else isn't going to feel the exact same way. So everybody's open to their own opinions. So far, I'm still in the neutral realm of this book, but I'm going to keep reading it. It's keeping my interest enough that I'm still getting through it. So I'll pop in again whenever I have more updates of my thoughts. It's now Thursday. I read about 100 pages of this book yesterday. I finally was able to sit down and read for a little bit without any interruptions, and I got to page 346, and that 100 page I read last night was very engaging. I was enjoying my time while reading it. We got more of the backstory of Erica and why she decided to tell Reese a little bit of a messed up storyline of her sister, Tabitha. So we now see that the truth of that came out, and Tabby now knows that Reese also did not kick out Erica and Milo. Reese did not do that at all. So that's good to see that the truth finally came out. So Tabby now knows that Reese did not kick her sister out or her nephew. So now she knows the truth about that. Reese now knows that the stories Erica was telling her about Tabby were completely made up, and now we know the name of the guy she was talking to or dating around the time frame Erica died. We got to see the moment in the journals where Erica started spiraling once again. So going forward in this story now, both Reese and Tabby know the truth as to Erica and what was going on around that time frame, because she kept some journals. And so I'm glad that finally came out, because the truth came out and now they know about one another. They finally had a more than just for show relationship moment. Tabby was breaking down because of her sister's truth coming out, and Reese happened to come home and find her breaking down and spiraling. So he comforted her and they had a moment together. So I was loving that. It sucks that the storyline for Reese's job is now what it is. I hate that happened. It honestly pissed me off that his job wouldn't even ask him if he's okay with it. Based on what he's saying, he has stated multiple times to them that he doesn't want a romance storyline for his character. I guess it doesn't make sense for him. So it kind of sucks that his job decided that they were going to go for a romance for him without his consent. You would think that they would talk to him about that beforehand, and now they don't. I only have 100 pages left of this book. I'm excited to see how it wraps up, because I feel like there's going to be something that comes more serious about his job that comes out, and Reese taking off his mask in his job. I have a feeling that's going to come, and I'm hoping that he'll for sure show off his wife, because he's stated he's proud of her numerous times, even to Gwen, which is his yoga instructor. So even people around town are like, oh, he's proud of you. He likes you for sure. So I'm excited to see how this wraps up. The relationship has slowly grown on me, because now that the truth has come out and they're talking more and opening up to one another, I'm excited to see where the story ends up and finishes. So I finished Wild Side last night. I ended up staying up really late finishing this book. I didn't want to get over with it, but I just wanted to be done and get into something else, because this just wasn't fully hitting the spot like I wanted it to. Silver did a good job. Not one of her best books per se, but it was still enjoyable. I still enjoyed my time while reading this. The last 100 pages were probably my favorite bit, because it got into the emotional side. It was more than just physical between the two of them. They were getting more personal. Reese was opening up to the friends, her family, about what his job is, and we got to see more of his job, and that was really cool. And seeing how all of the friends in Rose Hill came together to watch him on TV, and that even includes Tabby's parents coming uninvited. They just literally show up and they're like, why didn't you invite us? You're like, oh, I didn't know if you were actually gonna watch it, my bad. They're like, of course we're gonna watch it, he's part of the family. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I loved it when Tabby FaceTimed Reese and was like, look, this is actually happening. I'm not kidding you. I sent you that photo. This is actually happening. Everybody here that you support in this town is here for you. And it was such a sweet moment. And then whenever Reese got injured during his match with Will, I felt so bad for Will, because it was just a lot of unfortunate circumstances. And something like that does happen in the sport, or just in any sport in general. You can't beat yourself up being like, well, I could have done this, or it's all my fault. Like, well, my fault, he got that injured. You can't live with that guilt. Part of any sport, it just comes with the territory. You're out there playing a game or physically active, putting yourself in that, and that's basically what you sign up for. So I feel so bad for Will. I had a lot to go through. I'm glad the injury brought Tabby and Reese together, even though it was such a terrible situation that they got thrown into, but I'm glad it brought them closer together. We got to see in the epilogue, where it was 4 years later, we got to see Reese and Tabitha. They had a child together, and he was like, I'm a father now. I'm enjoying the people in my life. It's just so sweet, and I love how all the people in Rose Hill are there to support him through his journey of everything. Even when Tabby called Rosie and was like, yo, Reese injured, I need to get to Anaheim as fast as possible. And she was like, oh, I'm already on it. Came to the rescue with his $1 million private jets and his connections, because Ford went with Tabby, but he got Ford and Tabby to Anaheim as fast as possible, and Reese was not expecting that. He wanted Tabby to know that he got injured, but he didn't expect her to show up, because in his life he had nobody. So I'm glad she was able to show up for him and show that she's there for him, and he's part of the family. Even now that they're married, even though it started out fake, but it's not fake no more between the two of them. I still recommend, even though this is not one of my favorite Elsie Silver books, I still recommend this like crazy. It was still super good. So I did enjoy my time reading it. It was pretty good. So I just want to say thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate you coming along for this journey with me. I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your day, and thank y'all so much for watching. Bye!